Hello and welcome to Health Talk. I'm Dr. Manny. Suicide is the third leading cause of death for kids between the ages of 10 and 24. From online trolling to school bullying, teens are suffering from mental health issues like depression and anxiety more than ever. Today, we'll shed light on this epidemic and speak to two people who know firsthand what suicide ideation is all about and how can we help it prevent it in our children. Joining us now is Dr. Christine Moutier, a psychiatrist and chief medical officer for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and Emily Odesser, who was bullied in high school and is now the co-creator of Teen Eye magazine. Welcome for, and thank you for talking about such an important topic. Emily, I'm going to start with you. You struggled with some mental health issues while you were in school.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I mean, I still do to this day. I have depression and anxiety, and, you know, it's been a normal part of my life. I've been experiencing it for a while. I don't even like to really use the word suffering, but there was a lot of trauma for me in middle and high school that came kind of at the effect of bullying, and I'm still going through those to this day.
So in the course, you know, because I have children your age, in the course of that struggle that you had in school, did you ever think about harming yourself?
Yeah, every day. I remember it maybe started in 7th grade. I was in a very toxic group of friends, and luckily it never got to the point where I made any attempts or, you know, any serious plans. But I remember it was like kind of this morbid obsession. When I was walking to school and I would see, you know, a car drive by me, I would be like, oh, if I just go in front of that, I could end this. If I would see a knife in the kitchen and be like, if I just use this, I could end it.
I don't know if you want to tell me or not, because what was the bullying like? What was happening?
I think there's this idea that high school bullying is, you know, like pushing someone into a locker, and it wasn't anything like that. I was in a very close group of friends, and I was kind of the ostracized one. I was the odd one out for whatever reasons. You know, like, there was just kind of this message always being spread along the group that I was unlovable and I was unlikable and I was ugly and all of that, which none of those are true.
I know. So, doctor, the CDC reports that suicide has tripled over the years. Why are we seeing such an increase, especially when you look at suicide, at least ideation or rates of teen suicide from the 1940s? What is happening in 2018, 2017?
Well, mental health is part of human health, and so a lot of what drives suicide risk is how we take care of our mental health and these factors that go on in our life, just like we're hearing about. Bullying is one factor, but there are many other things that can interact with a person's mental health. So one of the key things that we need to make sure to get the message out very strongly is that there's no shame in any kind of suffering, any kind of challenge, and that talking about it with trusted people, getting treatment at the right times, can make all of the difference.
So let's say I'm a parent and I have a teen, and somehow I can break through a conversation that indeed there's ideation of suicide. What should I say or not say? You know, how should my language be? You know, because the first thing, well, you know, you say, stop thinking like that, but, you know, that doesn't get to the point, right?
That's right. If they tell you that they're suffering, you need to ask if they're having thoughts of ending their life. And you need to make sure that you make it very clear with your child that you are not there to judge them, that no challenge that they're facing, and no matter what they're feeling, is going to change about how you feel about them, and that you're going to support them no matter what, and that there is help available. Give them a line of hope and let them know you're not going to leave them alone.
Right, we're not going to get angry at them. I'm not going to rush to school and make a scene.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Gotta keep cool. All right. So Emily, what helped you get better?
I think part of it is, you know, this not only reaching out when it's kind of this extreme life or death thing, kind of constantly reaching out, starting to breach the conversation always. How are you feeling today? How was your day? Making it so, you know, if someone trusts you and if someone feels like, you know, you could be their lifeline, it's not just in these extreme cases. It's a normal thing. I try to always normalize asking my friends and my loved ones how they are.
Did you seek professional help also?
I did. I went to therapy, and but also I think I found a lot of my community online. When my friends were treating me really badly, I would go on, you know, Tumblr and Instagram, and now I I am the executive assistant for Sad Girls Club, which is an online community for people struggling with this.
So you basically, aside from the professional help,
Yeah.
you found a community of
Yes.
common individuals that were going through the same thing.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Doc, I want to give people some specific, go over some of the signs of suicide ideation. What should we be looking for?
Well, first of all, realize that about 1 in 5 young people are having thoughts of suicide in any given 1 month period of time. So it's a very common experience, and people are not talking about it. They're not going to just come up to you and say, I'm thinking about ending my life today. So you have to look for the clues that they're behaving in any different way from their usual patterns, withdrawing, not seeming themselves, dressing differently, behaving differently, clues that they're beginning to feel hopeless, trapped, or especially like they feel like they're a burden to others. And again, they're not going to come right out and give you those words, but they're going to give you clues that that might be what's going on the inside. And those are all indicators to ask how they're doing. Just like Emily is saying, we can create a culture in our home and in our friendships that is safe, so people know that anything that's going on, not just suicidal thoughts, but any challenge you're facing, there's a place, a safe place to talk about it and get support and not judgment. We all need that.
Right. Emily, tell me one thing that you would tell a friend or a peer who you meet, whether it's in your social group or, in school. What would you say to them from a counseling point of view? And it's not that I'm making you a counselor, but hey, I've been through it, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to them?
I mean, I think if I saw myself 5 years ago, I never thought I would have been able to find this community that I feel like I belong in. So I would just try to say, you don't have to, find someone you can trust. If you can't find anyone you trust, find a hotline. I never thought I would be in this place, and oh God. It's a big topic,
It is a big topic,
But
and
I
it's
think
very
I would
complicated and very deep.
Absolutely.
And there's not a single answer. Doc,
But one thing that I
yeah,
would
go
add
ahead.
is that you don't have to live your life to, exact revenge. And the best revenge is to heal. And you don't have to, prove to yourself, well, if I'm gone, then they'll finally miss me. There are other ways you can.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Doc, for giving us great advice. And again, a very important topic. Thank you. And if you have a health question, send a tweet to Fox News Health. Until next time, I'm Dr. Manny.